Okay, Mike from Drunk Bonsai here, and I'm not going to work on a tree today. I'm going to do something a little different. I've been invited by Xavier Martinez from Expressions of Grace Bonsai YouTube channel to join in the chorus of YouTubers who are answering 7 frequently asked questions in 7 minutes or less. And that's not going to be easy to do, and I'm not counting the time for the intro or my little opening song, but once I start rolling with the questions, I'm going to try and get in under 7 minutes. Okay, I'm melting out here. So, first question is, what is your name? Well, I say that at the beginning of all my videos, I think. My name is Mike, and the channel is Drunk Bonsai. Okay, question number 2. What area, region, or country are you from? I'm from Southern California. I live about, 30-minute drive from Disneyland, maybe an hour drive from Los Angeles, Hollywood, all that good stuff. So, third question, what was your first bonsai? And I remember my first bonsai well. It was a Nana procumbens juniper. It was given to me as a gift. It came in a pot that looked a lot like this, and the tree itself looked a lot like this. And it had a root system, it turns out, that looked a lot like this. But I love this little tree. They recommended that you water it once a week by completely submersing it in a tub of water, and that's what I did. They also advertised it as an indoor juniper bonsai, and there's no such thing as an indoor juniper bonsai. So I kept it indoors on my dresser, and I played with it constantly because they had wire on it. So I could take this tree and I'd go like that, 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 and I'd be like, ooh, how cool. The tree looks so different today. And then a couple days later, I'd be like, oh, I think I want it to be one of those ones that goes way, way down. And so then my tree would look like this. And I mean, I'm not kidding you. From day to day, it'd be, that can't possibly have been good for the tree. Yeah, not a chance. But it didn't matter because the roots looked like this, and I was watering it once a week. Suffice it to say, it's no longer in my collection. All right, question number 4. What is your favorite bonsai and why? My favorite bonsai is a little boxwood. Is the only tree I have that is named. The name is Milo. It was the subject of my 3rd YouTube video. I'll put the link down below in the diddly-doo. And it now looks a little more like this. And I kind of like it now. It's this is definitely one of my 2 favorite trees, and it is by far my favorite tree that I have created myself. Number 5, what is your worst bonsai tree? Boy, that was a tough one, right? I mean, sort of by default, your worst bonsai tree is always, a dead bonsai tree. And I've got a couple of those that I haven't actually gotten around to throwing away. I dug this out of a hedge about, I don't even know how many years ago, 10 years ago, and this is what I've been able to do with it. It had a second trunk and a third trunk. The second trunk was coming out of this middle area here. It gave it horrible reverse taper, and my teacher told me, you should just throw this thing away, Mike. And so I carved it away, and it now has like a peach half indentation in the trunk that's really kind of grotesque. On top of that, the front of the tree has sort of died in a flame-throwing incident. I was using the flamethrower to kill some weeds and got a little too close to the bench, I guess, and burned this part of it. There's just not many saving graces in this tree. I mean, I could make this a front, it's not quite as hideous, or I could someday air layer it like here, or air layer it here and make a shohin that's not hideous. But for right now, this is just a grotesque little tree. it's got to be my worst. Okay, question number 6. How did you start bonsai? And I started bonsai like a whole lot of people in my generation by watching The Karate Kid, and it was specifically, I think, this moment right here.
Make a like picture.
Yeah, as soon as I saw that scene, I was like, oh, I want one of those. It's so hot, look, the ice didn't even make it through everything getting poured in. I got into bonsai. I fell out of bonsai. And then in 2012, I got back into bonsai when I saw my old club doing an exhibit at the Orange County Fair, and my daughter was into it. So I got back into it because she was interested in it, and this time I stayed. I got a teacher, learned how to do it a lot better, stopped killing trees as quickly. It's kind of worked better the second time around than the first. Hopefully not everybody has to go through that pain of completely failing and giving up for a decade before they find success in bonsai. That's what I hope for all of you. Cheers. The seventh question Xavier proposes, I think originally it was, what is the most you've paid for a tree? And then as an alternative, he said you can answer, what tree type do you like to use most and why? I've actually talked about the last question in some of my other videos, so I won't get into that right now. There are a couple of trees I really like better than others. There is no one that I like best, so I'll go with what is the most I've ever paid for a bonsai tree. And honestly, I'm not 100% sure. I think the most I ever paid was $175. Yeah, I think it was $175, and it was this tree right behind me. Oh. Okay, so this is the tree. The reason I bought it isn't because of its value as a bonsai itself. I bought it because I wanted these. These are going to be, and I've used them already as cuttings. They've kind of paid for the whole tree. This is a great type of foliage to graft onto California juniper or San Jose juniper or prostrata, something like that. Okay, I gotta finish this before the ice melts. Well, I feel ready to shoot another video. Let's get to it. Thanks for watching. Stay cool.